Welcome to Dassault Systèmes 3D Experience Forum in Adelaide, Australia. And I'm delighted to have with me Sylvain Laurent, the Executive Vice President of Global Field Operations, Asia, Oceania. This is a very long title. Worldwide Business Transformation at Dassault Systèmes. So, Sylvain, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really fascinated about the work that Dassault is doing with smart cities and virtual technology. Can you tell me a bit about Virtual Rennes, which is a project obviously in France?
Yes, you are Rennes. You know the city Rennes? First of all, maybe before start, I want to highlight that I'm very pleased that we start the 3D Experience Forum worldwide in Australia and in South Australia for the first time. But you are right, smart city and Rennes specifically. It's a small city in France, quite small, reasonable, but it's very interesting because the mayor want to push innovation. Is completely aligned as what we do with Singapore, but in different dimension. And Rennes specifically want to be the most innovative city in France. So the challenge that they have, as the project started at the beginning in a way that they want to manage better the infrastructure, and specifically to be more capable to attract startup and new capacity. So creation of innovation lab, creation of network. So the smart city project of Rennes is not only, I could say, the design is like an iceberg. It's not only the 3D, what is oversea. It is mainly under the sea, the collaboration platform.
So it sounds like it actually describes more than just infrastructure and planning and design, but really a whole ethos about sustainability and growth and encouraging entrepreneurship.
Exactly. I think if I make a parallel, it's like the product lifecycle management of a city. Yeah. So it's a complete chain, and maybe if I summarize, it's like for the cities themselves to make decision easier. To do is to link agencies from infrastructure like urban, like social, transport, anything, security, etc. The second is entrepreneurial, as you said, is to create and to use a platform to have a possibility to create communities and to attract in a different industry newcomer, I could say. And the third is important is students, university. How do you link university with the city? And the fourth is citizen. The ultimate objective of the project is how do you bring service to citizen? Service could be restaurant, parking, get information or get feedback about anything from the citizen in the city.
I think it's really interesting because when people first started talking about smart cities, it seemed like a computer program. It seems that it's now evolved because people were saying, well, that's lovely, but where are the tangible benefits? So we have clearly grown the reach and the impact of the thought behind it.
Exact. And I think if I make a parallel, the challenge is quite the same across the world. Yes. In some area, like recently in December, we started a new program with Jaipur in India, for example. Maybe you are aware or not, or in Taiwan. And the two in this area is interesting. Jaipur is mainly to control the pollution, and also to control. It's a very old city compared to Rennes, for example, and they want to manage like a network for all the monuments, and to be sure that with a virtual reality, they could attract tourists more to distribute information across the world. If you look at Taiwan with Taipei, is more the first focus is to protect the city about the tsunami or earthquake and what could be the consequence. So they want to anticipate what could be possible if anything happened. But
what is fascinating about that is that it is clearly adaptable and scalable, depending on what the specific requirement is.
Yeah, and at the end, for Dassault Systèmes, accepted the 3D Experience City platform. The most important is to deliver like a digital twin of the city. Based on the twin of the city, you have all data, all information. So you don't create new data. In the city, we have a lot of information. The question is how to get it and how to manage it in an easy way. And for political people, specifically, that they are not so technical people, is how you make a decision based on something not like a collection of documents, thousands of documents or something like that, but to use the virtual model to make decision easy and to understand what will be the impact.
I have to ask you, for you, what excites you about this technology?
For smart city or in general?
Oh, just general.
But, if I look at my career for the last 33 years, I'm living with this virtual world for 33 years. Wow. And what I'm exciting is, I would like to be like in India, I would like 7 life. Because I'm sure that soon we will be like Star Wars. And I'm excited to be next, like China. Currently, they launch a program to go to March. It's where I want to go. And I'm excited because with the virtual and digitalization, you reduce the time and the distance between the people and between the cities and between the countries. And this is exciting because you really measure day to day how the virtual world could improve the real world.
And that's really about...
By the way, it's one of the topics of the forum.
Exactly. And speaking of the forum, what are you excited about with the forum today? Because there's a broad range of topics which will be covered.
First, as I said, it's the first time that it's the first forum in the world starting in Australia.
And we are delighted, so thank you for being here.
Me too, by the way. Me too. And I'm very delighted to observe that, Australia, it's here that we start the renaissance of industry. And I really believe that in Adelaide specifically, in South Australia, I observe an incredible dynamic on energy from the university to the companies, entrepreneurial also, startup, and the politics with the deputy and the premier, that they want to push innovation. And it's very interesting to observe from me that how is easy here. So you are far from the world, but very close.
That sounds wonderful. Sylvain, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.